Tony, I have a question for you.
What's up with you, man?
Tony, if you had $150,000, where are you sitting at the national championship?
Oh, this is a hurricane question. My bad. I thought this was Panthers. I thought you was already. I thought we were going coming in hot.
Well, I figured we'd cross it over a little bit because you have one of the most charmed college football NFL fan combinations of the year.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know, Tony, host of the Talkin' Game podcast, they cover NFL, college football, baseball. Like, I'm pretty sure Bulgarian badminton is the only thing y'all don't cover.
That's coming in 2027. We got to send somebody over.
The Eastern Bloc correspondent for the Talking Game podcast. But Tony is a Carolina Panther and Miami Hurricane fan. So Greg Olson is the greatest player of all time, according to my man. And
Facts.
then two, both of his teams have come out of not nowhere, but have when push comes to shove, shown up.
Yeah.
Tony, man, the clock was ticking on both of these teams.
Woo. Was it ever? Was it ever? This was, bro, listen. Come Christmas time, sports is normally football for me is like whatever. I'm
Yeah.
watching as a fan. You know what I'm saying? So for the Panthers before the season started, I just wanted to be in that graphic where it shows in the hunt.
Right.
I just wanted to be in there between Thanksgiving and Christmas, right? Because it's like, all right, at least we're playing for something. The Hurricanes, I did expect at least, I expected them to be in the playoffs. I'm not gonna hold you. I wanted them to be there.
Yeah.
But beating Ohio State in the Cotton Bowl,
Whew.
that's a little gravy on the mashed potatoes, man.
Man, talk about it. I mean, well, the NFC South always does this to you guys who root for NFC South teams. They let you hang on until week 17 because the
Yeah.
division's always so close. But odds are some team just always falls off at the end, and the Panthers were the last man left standing. So, man, we needed to touch on the Panthers real quick because I know that has been insane for you to follow and cover recently.
150,000.
Mm.
Yeah, man. And it was crazy. I went to the game last night, and like the funny thing is hearing Bucks fans say let's go Saints and Panthers fans say let's go Falcons. But you know what? I didn't say either. Like, I'm not gonna lie, just
Yeah.
like, yeah, whatever. Like, I just want us to get in. I don't want nobody to win. If everybody could just like false starts or delay of games until the game is over, I'm cool with that. You know what I'm
I'll
saying? But
I'll know the division has jumped the shark when Falcons fans are cheering for the Saints and the other way around because that's the one that those are the two combinations that we will never see, I think.
never, never hate each other for
But
sure.
man, these Miami Hurricanes. So one of the reasons I was so excited for this episode is we kind of have a chance to come back to what we were talking about during the season, during Virginia season, at least y'all are still playing, but we had talked about these two teams meeting in Charlotte potentially.
Yeah.
And somehow only one of our teams made it to Charlotte, but I'd argue both of our teams got exactly what we wanted out of the season.
Yeah. I actually saw you say that. And yeah, but that don't mean that you guys didn't deserve more.
Yeah.
And like I have a like me and my lady we're talking about certain things, and like normally it's in business per se. Just
Mhm.
because you're offering somebody more money than they ever seen doesn't mean you offering them what they deserve.
That's
You know what
true.
I'm saying? And yeah, y'all might have got 11 wins and y'all never got to that number before. But if we're looking at what the SEC has been giving us, you know what I'm saying? Y'all deserve to be in there. You know what I'm saying? Y'all deserve a bite at the apple. Now, if y'all would have went out there and got whooped on, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Y'all got it.
My
But
my
y'all deserve to
initial
be on the field.
the way I rationalized it to myself at first was losing this game, losing the ACC championship game was almost a positive in that we got a chance to go out and play a bowl game that we had a reasonable shot of winning, as opposed to going to the playoff and getting splattered by an SEC team. But having watched the playoffs now, I'm not so sure that's what would have happened.
Yeah. Like, who says y'all wouldn't have? Okay, let's say if y'all don't even win, right?
Right.
Y'all, and I hate to pick on the small schools, but y'all could have did what Tulane did,
Yeah,
you know?
I'll take the Gator Bowl win over a moral victory in the playoff, I think.
For that. Yeah, because you guys got to 11 wins, right?
Yeah, we had never gotten to that point in program history, and I think it had been so long since we had won the last game of the season.
I
So
feel
like this was just like something I think we needed to do.
yeah, and you know what's crazy with you saying that, like as a Hurricane fan, unfortunately, like if we don't win the Natty, this will be another year that we didn't finish the season winning. But we won the Cotton Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's
Right.
the good thing of the bowl system in the playoffs. Like, we won the Cotton Bowl. If we win the semis, we won the Fiesta. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've collected a few Infinity Stones on our
Right.
gauntlet on our way, right? So,
We're still on the way to building the glove. Like UVA and Miami are kind of running different races right now. This is why this is an interesting conversation because we're I'd love for us to get to the point where losing in the playoffs is a disappointment for us.
yeah, for sure.
Now that is anything but a success, but the win feels so much nicer. And I was able to go to the Gator Bowl as opposed
It's
to
yeah,
not being able to go to a game at like Texas A&M or Ohio State or any of the other home venues. Like being able to go to a bowl game in Florida was a lot of fun. And then, sitting back and watching the Miami Hurricanes, like who said conference pride is dead? Because y'all have made me so proud to be an
yo,
ACC football fan.
even the ACC as a whole is proud of Miami right now. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember the ACC being this proud of Clemson,
No, I'm gonna be
right?
honest. No,
Am I tripping? Right. I don't remember like the ACC being like, and Clemson is more ACC like blue blood, I guess, or
they were
original.
they were a founding member.
You feel me? Opposed to Miami, who's came, and kind of, and I'm gonna be honest, as a Miami fan, haven't delivered on what you expected from Miami as a football program. So it's interesting to see the love that they're giving Miami, and I'm not mad at it because they let Miami keep all that bread from the playoffs. So
Well, and it was a full frontal PR assault from the rest of the college football world on the ACC, and this had been building for a long time. And this is why I think Miami's in the position that they're in. Clemson and Florida State were the leaders of the people trying to get out of the ACC.
yeah, this is
I
true.
think that's why there was a bit of side eye at any success that Florida State and Clemson had. Miami, much like Virginia, I'll add, was in the seven group of schools that were with Clemson and Florida State. So
Yeah,
there is backroom shenanigans where our two schools are trying to finagle things.
yes,
But
for sure.
Clemson and Florida State were out on the warpath saying, we don't want to be in the ACC anymore. Florida State was like, we want to be in the Big Ten or something.
Which
And when the national media turned on the ACC and Miami was the one team that got in, and then everyone saw the Texas A&M game. I like the Texas A&M win actually more than the Ohio State win.
why so? Is it like the true road game aspect of it?
I think it's the true road game aspect of it. It's a hard place to win. Like no disrespect to the shoe, that's a very difficult place to go and play a football game, but they are rabid over at Kyle Field.
Yeah,
Like they are rabid. And this was the exact kind of game that would have spelled doom to the old Miami teams.
yeah, yeah,
This would have been a nightmare for even last year's Miami team.
yeah. Last year Miami team, I will say this, and I've been saying it. This is the team. This year's team is the team that Cam Ward deserved.
Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine him throwing to baby Jesus?
Like, yeah,
Ooh.
like that's the one thing I feel bad for. I'm like, Cam Ward deserves this defense.
Yes.
Like Cam Ward deserves these playmakers. No shade to the playmakers last year because they were good. Restrepo, low key, one of the greatest receivers in Miami history. But
Yes.
baby Jesus, DJ Daniels, Lofton, like you know what I'm saying? Like we like it's crazy. Like I
Different different birds. And when we were talking earlier this season, we both stressed how important the offensive line was, and boy did that ring true for both of our teams. Because man, for Miami, oh my God, it's in the trench play. It hasn't been close the past 2 weeks or
it
the past
hasn't.
two games.
It hasn't. Like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, with Miami being in the ACC, like the only out of conference game. Well, I guess I mean we played Florida, so but Florida, man, this year
Yeah.
you kind of don't know. Like it's kind of like when you're a local kid and you playing in your sports, right? You're like, yeah, we're
Mm.
good against the big dogs, but then once you go play Texas A&M, who's supposed to be big bad SEC team, then
Yeah.
you go play Ohio State, big bad Ohio State with all these pros, and you're like, wait, that ain't nothing.
We're right in this game.
We're just as good. You know what I'm saying? And I watched Ruben Baines' halftime speech, and they clearly seen it on the field because he was telling the team, you can see it in their eyes, they don't want it as bad as us.
The Ruben Baines halftime speech reminded me a lot of the clip of Ed Reed at halftime that
Every
they showed in the 30 for 30. I was like, I see where this translates. This makes sense.
the funniest thing about the Ed Reed clip is that Miami was winning.
Right, that was crazy. They were up like 2 scores, I think.
They were winning by like at least 10, right? It
Right.
was at least it was a double digit. And it was like, yo, don't ask me if I'm okay. My shoulder hurt. I'm
I'm
not.
hurt, dog.
I'm hurt, dog. So like that is, but that shows you what kind of individual you got to be a hurricane. But when you look to the sideline, and Ryan Clark said it, and I think about it when I look at it, not what you be like, oh man, that's a fringe Hall of Famer, or that was a very good player. Bro, when you look to the sideline and Ray Lewis is over there,
Ray,
Michael Irvin is out there
playmaker,
on
man.
all
Like,
fours.
whew.
Clinton Portis, Edgerrin James, like those guys, Andre Johnson, Hall of Famers. Come on, man.
You we do Michael Irvin gets made fun of for being a little bit over the top. But how many other programs have seasoned Hall of Fame guys that have been through this program so invested in the success of the next generation?
Yeah.
Like, I respect the hell out of the way that they get the old generation because, and I want to hear your take on this too, because this dawned on me this morning.
What's that?
Nebraska can yearn for the 70s and 80s as much as they want, like
Yeah.
when they were great. But there are reasons due to scheme, personnel, like the Nebraska wishbone is never coming back. Like the game has changed.
Yeah, true.
The days when Army and Navy dominated the sport, even to a lesser extent, some of the teams of the 2000s, like you can try and build that team again, but it's not going to work in the same way because the sport has changed.
Yeah.
The model for Miami, you really can rebuild that.
Over and over again.
You can get the same type of guy, you can play the same type of football. And I think Miami was trying to play too much like Oregon
Yeah.
in past years and not realizing, you know what? When Miami was dominating, it's not that they were dominating with especially pretty football.
No.
They were dominating 10-3 against Texas A&M. They were
Yes.
dominating the way they did against Ohio State. And like, this might sound weird for someone who has no real connection to Miami, but I do like when Miami's good because it gives college football a really good character in the theater stage that we
Yes.
have in this game.
Yes.
And man, like, whew,
Like Miami, right? Is interesting you say that because right when you look at like the U part two,
yeah,
a lot of talent. The highest drafted player on that team was the left tackle.
yep,
Like that's how you build. Even right now, right? arguably the best player on the team is the right tackle,
Yes.
right? You're right. You have to bludgeon people. When you look at the old Miami teams, they had 3 NFL running backs.
This wasn't UNLV running rebels going all crazy
No,
Showtime Lakers. It was ugly football.
it just looked like that because we beat you so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like we pummeled you so bad that the score is going to run up. Like we're running the ball. We can't, you can't stop us. So we're going to score. But we couldn't win the 10-3 game because you're not going to score that much and we can control the ball. I
Yeah.
think and that's going to continue next year. The Gatorade National Player of the Year is coming to Miami, guys. And guess what he is? An offensive tackle.
Man,
And I want to
shout out Mirabal.
I've been wanting to ask you this too, though. Like, because as a lineman, bro, how hard is it to be the national player of the year as a lineman?
That's incredibly tough
Like that
because
has,
it takes things that you can control and things you can't control. Because you could be the most dominant player in all of high school, but if you're just a 6'2" average guard weight, like or average tackle weight tackle, and your measurables don't pop off the sheet, you're gonna just kind of be treated normal. You have to have off the chart measurables and you have to have off the charts play on the field, which are things that very rarely cross over as much. You see a lot of guys with the tools without the production and with the production without the tools.
well, we got both coming to, I don't know who's going to be our quarterback, but to block someone probably from the transfer portals blindside.
That's
Yep.
that's going to be a very interesting debate going on where Miami goes quarterback wise because who wouldn't want to play in front of that offensive line and with that defense?
Yeah.
And, teams that are in the playoffs right now have the luxury of adding in the portal without a ton of subtractions yet because the season's still going. So you saw this with Indiana today. Indiana went nuts. Whereas like teams that aren't playing right now have to deal with guys who can just enter right now without consequence, really, without further games to be played.
Yeah. I think and it's gonna be interesting quarterback wise with Miami because they did just bring in a freshman, incoming freshman quarterback out of Orlando, actually Jones, high school state champ. So that's an interesting dynamic too, like recruiting high school players and the transfer portal,
Yeah.
we can keep them there to groom them so we don't have to keep going in the portal. It's always good to have in-house help and support in any position. So I wonder what Mario gonna do. You know what? You know who I want. You know I want DJ Lagway.
Oh man, yeah.
I,
Apparently, he could be visiting both of our schools.
I can see that. I'm
So we're still waiting to hear back from the NCAA. We're much like Ole Miss in this regard. We're waiting to hear back on whether or not Chandler Morris gets another year of eligibility. DJ Lagway is reported to take a visit to Virginia at some point, but we don't know yet.
yeah. So I want DJ Lagway. If not, my thing with DJ Lagway is him being a Texas kid. I know his dad went to Baylor. You
Mm.
don't want to go to Baylor to be fifth in the Big 12. But Texas Tech is cutting checks like no other school in college football. And I feel like they will break the bank for somebody like DJ Lagway.
So what everything that I've heard from the recruiting crowd tells me that Brendan Sorsby, the quarterback from Cincinnati,
Okay.
is more than likely going to head there. I think Sam Levitt going to Kentucky, as some of the reports have said, would be very interesting because I think a lot of people at big time programs were planning on Sam Levitt being available.
Yeah.
And then a school like Kentucky kind of coming out of nowhere with Will Stein, the offensive coordinator at Oregon, taking over. They potentially get Sam Levitt. All of a sudden, there's like five big logo schools like Miami that now have to look in different directions on the quarterback front. And
Yeah.
then how many guys do you have headed to Sunday on that offensive line?
Really just one definite.
Okay.
Just one definite. So we should be okay.
We managed the coup of all coups. So right now, Virginia fans are kind of worried about the quarterback situation, and we've had a lot of depth pieces transfer to get playing time.
Yeah.
what I think people have kind of glossed over is we were able to secure five returning starters on the offensive line.
That is like one of the most valuable things in football, in college football.
So we have three guys that started last this year are returning, and then two that had season-ending injuries in the spring are now coming back as well. So it is going to be a crazy year. Like you and I might average a couple yards of carry in front of that offensive line because it's all like fifth year dudes there.
Listen, I personally can I know how to put my foot in the dirt and go north and south. So holla at your boy.
Give you a firm one cut.
Hey, I'm I was gonna ask you this jokingly, dude. You got any more years of eligibility?
I have two. I have 2 years of football eligibility left that I do not plan to use, hopefully.
Hey, NIL is a mofo. So if
I
you
if I went back, I wouldn't go back as a position where I'd have to hit anyone or get hit. I'd go as a kicker.
okay, I'm not mad at that.
I want to be the group that, does the little stretch, does the active warm up, then gets in the golf cart, drives away from the practice facility, go kick at the stadium for 45 minutes and drive back.
Yeah, so right now we're gonna lose, of course, my yoga, and we're gonna lose Brockmeyer, our center, which that is a big deal.
Replacing a center is hard, but you can find guys with that intellect that can play center at the four other positions.
Yeah.
Getting them trained up on center is difficult, but you should be able to find guys, whether that's someone in the portal or just shifting someone over. You should be fine in that regard. Like a round one left tackle is going to be really hard to replace.
Yeah.
That's something you.
Well, that's why we got the player of the year coming in, man. That is why. You
That's
gotta go
that's a
big
really
when you
good
got
point.
somebody like that going. You gotta go big.
So next round, how are you feeling about this game for Miami?
I feel better about it than if we played Georgia.
Mm,
I'm not gonna lie. Like I saw even like the odds in the sports books got us favorite opposed to if we would have played Georgia. And I agree with that.
hmm
Um I, it's crazy to say this, but this hurricane team got something mental, man.
They
Like
they do. They
this
do.
ain't X's and O's right now. This the Jimmys and Joes. And like we got hungry players. I think Ruben Bain knowing this is his last run, Maya Yoga knowing this is his last run, Carson Beck knowing like this, like you don't have much time left. Like you got to go for this now. And
Yeah.
this is we got something for him, man. I like with Mario Cristobal. I like that when I'm listening to people's speeches, if I'm watching something in like politics, CNN, I'm paying attention to whatever their focus words are. And I
hmm
like that Mario Cristobal focus words is violence.
hmm
Violence. If you hear him talk, he's talking about hitting you in the mouth, and we're going to be the fast, violent team. And
Yes.
that's tough. And I don't think SEC teams are the fast, violent teams that they once were. And Ole Miss never been that team, honestly, if we just being real. So
Yeah.
I think we got something for him,
Well, the other wrinkle that added to this game is that Lane wants some of the offensive guys back now.
which is crazy.
So oh yeah, he thought, I'll let him go coach the maybe two games. Oh crap, they won both games. What do I do now?
I, Lane, Lane Kiffin is just slimy, bro. Like, the more that this plays out, the more I'm like, I don't think I like him, and I don't even know him as a person.
I think it's gonna go really well. I think they're gonna win one, if not more, national titles. But I do think it will end with Lane being let go and Lane going back to Florida Atlantic. Like, I think this is going to be successful. It's going to be white hot, but it is going to end so ugly.
You know what I don't like more than anything is like how, first of all, like the weird shit of him, like the rumor that he let go out that he was gonna go to the Sugar Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
That was weird. And then, bro, I don't give a fuck that you coach. My bad. Can I curse on here? I
Yeah,
just
you're good.
Okay, my fault. But I don't give a fuck that you coach us through the regular season. We don't need a tweet every time we win, which
Right.
you bringing more attention to yourself about this. Take your
Yeah.
bonus that LSU's paying you for our success and go about your business, bro. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and then you always tweet the Trinidadian flag, like he's trying, like he's basically recruiting this man through Twitter. Like, stop, bro. Like, I like it. Come on, man. Like, where's the
I wonder if
decorum?
there's going to be any accidental tourism to Trinidad and Tobago off of
You
this whole thing.
it's crazy. Then what he did with the South Carolina assistant coach,
Oh my
coaching
God.
him, not saying nothing. Like, he's kind of a grease bag, bro.
Like, I think LSU is going to get what they're going to pay for. I think they're going to get a really good football team that's really productive on the offensive side of the ball, but I think they're also paying for all the other stuff. And I'm not worried about the on field. I'm worried about all the other stuff because, as you know, any football program, the enemy is outside noise and distractions. And it just seems like there's more and more. Like, I don't keep track of Lane Kiffin's Twitter feed for my mental state, but like I really hope there are less hot yoga places in Baton Rouge than there are in Oxford. I mean, it just
With Lane is like like even outside of the hot yoga. I'm glad I never seen that. But is he knows that his tweets are gonna make Sports Center. You know what I'm saying?
oh
Like he
yeah.
knows it's gonna be post game, the Scott Van Pelt post game tweets after they win, bro. Like just go. You left. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to keep walking towards the door and looking back like, hey, I'm almost at the door, guys.
Hmm.
You know, I'm leaving. You already gone. Go.
It's
Focus
funny
on
too.
English.
Very few coaches succeed doing it that way. Like even the loudest, brashest Miami team had Howard Schellenberger, who just kind of wouldn't really give you a whole lot.
Yeah.
He'd be like, "All right, whatever." Dennis Erickson, Larry Coker, even Jimmy Johnson was talkative, but he wasn't like.
No,
Now,
man.
granted, we don't know what would have been what 35-year-old Jimmy would have had with a Twitter account, but like you
This
don't
is true.
you don't see this from Kirby. You don't see this from Ryan Day. You didn't see it from Jim Harbaugh. You don't see it from Mario Cristobal. Like these are guys that know that just these kind of waves coming from a head coach is what you can't have as an example for your athletes, for your
Yeah.
kids. Like it's not the right way to because you're giving bulletin board material every week.
Every week. Every chance you get, man. I don't know. I'm glad he's not affiliated with the Hurricanes. I'll tell you
Oof, man.
that.
So, Tony, I have another question for you.
What's up, man?
What international destination would you want to see Miami play a game at?
Gotta be warm. Gotta be Spanish. Give me Madrid.
Ooh, ideal opponent. Like for like obviously you want Miami to win, but like if it was a heavyweight, who would you want to
Gotta
also?
win in Madrid. Give me punk ass Notre Dame again.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Notre Dame, Miami in Madrid. That would actually be a really good game.
Let's whoop them. Let's whoop them in international territory. And but I don't want to ever play Notre Dame again, honestly. Notre Dame should be relegated to only play the Tulanes, the James Madisons. Like that should be there. You know, they can keep playing Wake Forest, Boston College. You know, they should have the worst strength of the schedule. You know, like at some point, stop being punks, join a conference.
How does NC State in Brazil sound?
Oh well, that's not bad. I just like the color green, and I hear you can't wear that in Brazil, so I'll keep that in mind.
Well, so that was actually at that stadium.
Okay.
So that was like they were trying to keep people from wearing 49ers jerseys at an Oakland Raiders game. Like they were trying to keep people from they were trying to keep people following protocol, but we're opening up next year against NC State in Brazil.
In a non-ACC game, right?
This is a conference game.
Okay, okay, that's cool. That's the only thing I don't like about games like that, even though we're playing more games than ever, is I really feel like college football games are for the students first.
Yeah.
And you kind of take that away. When you put a game in Brazil, you take away that for a lot of the students, man. Like I think Northwestern this year they finished the season in Wrigley Field,
Yep.
which is cool, not too far, but I think they were closing down their original stadium, like they're building a new one.
So they tore it down. They're gonna have their new stadium ready for next year, which is
And yeah,
basically on the same site on campus.
man, y'all closed that field out with the last game of the season, man. You figured out a way to do that for the alumni, for the fans, for the students. That's the only thing I don't like about those offsite games for college, man.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the week one, like I do like the Chick-fil-A kickoff classic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I do like when teams play a neutral site in between. So like, we played who did we play? We played Tennessee in Nashville. It was kind of a weird game. It was a regular season game. It was west of both teams. We're playing West Virginia in Charlotte next year as well.
It's a little weird.
I like some of these neutral site destinations, like if they said, you know what, play Maryland at the Commander Stadium, I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, those aren't too bad. Those aren't
Like
bad at all.
like that's cool with me. Or play Penn State in DC. Like that's all cool with me. But like I don't know. I guess I'll just have to see what Brazil looks like because I know Dublin works and Dublin is awesome.
Yeah.
But Brazil is a whole different ballgame. We'll have to see what that's like. I mean,
You have to
and
work like Portuguese, bro.
so here's what's crazy. I thought because if for the viewer, both Tony and I live in Florida.
Yes, we do.
Florida is the gateway to the Americas. Like the most foreign-born residents of any city, state in the country, it's Florida.
Yep.
I would have thought the flights to Brazil would have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because I thought, man, you know what? Who knows? There might be like a Spirit flight to Brazil or whatever. No, that flight's expensive.
That goes back to the students, though, right? Like, so imagine the flight from Virginia or wherever else those students are from around the country, right? That wants to see their Cavaliers play
Right.
NC State,
Like
like,
even Frenzy State, even if you're flying out of Raleigh or Charlotte, like you're gonna have to do at least one, if not two connections to get to Brazil. And Virginia students, they'd have to drive an hour and a half to DC to catch a flight. Like, no.
a lot. There's a lot, man. But it's gonna be fun but it's fun for the athletes though. Like to go down to Brazil, like that's an amazing experience for them.
Tony, how do you feel as a Miami fan about the games being at Hard Rock?
Hate it.
See,
Hate it.
that's the vibe I've gotten. Is there
Hurricane.
I don't know where in Miami you'd build a stadium, but like they've got to do something, right?
I say this all the time, man. If they can build Madison Square Garden in Manhattan, they can build the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. You can build a football stadium somewhere in Miami. They
That's
have
true.
no problem clearing out space for what they want. Um, you got to do it, man. 20 minutes from campus. That's ridiculous. UCF did that for the longest at the Citrus Bowl, and they had to figure it out. They were like, we can't do this. We need a home field advantage, and I
And
think Hard Rock kills the home field advantage for the Hurricanes.
because I do think it is impressive that Miami has strung this together with so much less of a home field advantage. Because like Virginia, the stadium is literally on campus, or any of these other schools that we talk about, like their stadiums are typically right in campus.
Yeah,
And 20 minutes is a generous estimate of Coral Gables to Miami Gardens. Like
this is
that
true.
that Miami traffic, like people talk about Atlanta. I'll still take the Miami traffic as
I
the
don't think people
heavyweight
realize
champion.
that, bro. Miami traffic gets crazy, man. But yeah, I don't like it. I think it's too much money flowing down there for them not to figure that out, right? Like It's too much and it's too much history for Miami for
Yes.
them not to have figured that out, right? Like this is a team that has five natties. This is a college program with five natties.
Whew.
It's no reason why they don't have their own space to be celebrated for having those, and could and can grab one this year.
Five natties that pretty much most people were alive for at least one.
Thank you,
And
thank you,
people who are at the age to donate money have likely seen all five.
thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't make any sense for them not to have those, and could have had a couple more. You know what I'm saying? Like you go back in them '80s years, like Michael Irvin said he never didn't play for the national championship in his 3 years.
Right.
He only got two.
Shoot, man. Miami, there are probably plenty of Nevin Shapiros that didn't get caught that are willing to donate to a
Oh, man.
stadium fund.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. When I was looking at the game, New
Did
Year's Eve,
you see who I thought I saw?
I saw him too. I thought I saw him too.
I
I
thought
was
that
like, who's that hugging Michael Irvin?
they panned to a shot of him on camera and the face didn't line up, but I almost texted you. I was like, is Nevin Shapiro on the
I thought that was him too. I swear to you. Oh my God, bro.
sideline?
But this is Miami. He might have got some work done. That might be him with a different chin. That might
Might
be
be
him with a
Scar like Tony Montana remaking himself in the new
sure, bro.
land.
Like, I swear I looked, I was like, that's why we're back. That's why we're back. This has nothing to do with the play on the field.
Oh
It's
my.
my boy, Nevin, right here.
Well, you see
Where the
kind of a
money
pale
is.
dude in a Sean Taylor jersey, and you're just like, ooh, this adds up.
Makes sense. And now he can do it freely. No
That's
problem.
true.
No problems. Give the money up, baby.
The Ponzi scheme is still illegal, but the donations you can still legally do.
Booyah. Now keep that Ponzi shit somewhere else. Take
Go
that to
go
Lauderdale. Take that to Fort
go do
Lauderdale.
some crypto. They haven't regulated that yet.
Exactly. Do the Ponzi scheme in Lauderdale. Donate the money to Miami. All right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You
What
know,
what do you think? So next year, I think that it's going to be a very interesting year for the ACC
yes.
because teams that typically have been in it were not. Miami was basically the only team that achieved a met expectations
Yes.
or slightly exceeded them. Like Miami wants to be in the national conversation, and they were. Clemson, Florida State, both fell apart. The
Yes.
Wake Forest, Duke, Virginia all exceeded expectations. Like no one stayed roughly where they were supposed to be, with the exception of maybe NC State.
Yeah.
Do you see Florida State and Clemson making their way back?
Clemson, no. I don't think
Mm.
Clemson does. I think Clemson goes back into the old what's 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 Bobby Bowden's son name?
Terry
Harry Bowden days. I think that people don't remember, man. Clemson was
or
always the
Tommy, sorry,
Tommy,
Tommy.
yeah. Clemson was always the 8-4 team, man. You know, they took advantage of Steve Spurrier being an
Hmm.
old guy in South Carolina, not getting the young bucks, and they was able to recruit like that. I think they're going to be relegated back to that personally.
Yeah.
Now, Florida State, they have an advantage that a lot of teams don't have. They're in Florida.
Hmm.
Okay. So their turnaround can be literally one recruiting class away. Like all they have to do is flip that 5-star kid down in Lauderdale or the kid in Tampa that
Yep.
parents went to Florida State or love Florida State, and the ball just goes to rolling. Like teams like that. That's why Miami's able to flip the switch whenever they can get a good recruiter in, because you
Here,
don't got to go far.
which is crazy because I did not know how entrenched Florida State was on the Gulf Coast until I moved down here.
Yes.
Like all the way down to Naples, basically. It's Knowles.
Yeah.
You're starting to get more Miami from people moving across, but it's still firmly Knowles. And Tallahassee's basically as far away from here as Atlanta is. It's not
Yeah,
like it's a short drive, but the pull and the power is so legit. Like, so I do think that Florida State, they just need to start actually recruiting high schoolers again.
they do. They do. And that's still a thing, guys. They're graduating seniors every year. The
Hmm.
real good ones are reclassifying, guys. Like they're still there.
If you don't think that there is going to be some kind of legislation coming down that regulates this,
Yeah.
I think you're fooling yourself because I think everyone has kind of realized that one free transfer is a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you get there, it wasn't what you thought it was. Like maybe something changed in the program, something changed academically, something changed in your life. That's cool. If your coach gets fired, cool. And when you finish your undergrad degree, cool. But man, like we're seeing dudes on like their sixth or seventh school making all of these changes for no reason other than
Bro.
I hate to say it this way, but I feel like a lot of people's uncles are telling them, yo, you're gonna get a bag if you enter the portal. And
Yeah,
so they just enter it on the source of trust me, bro.
that's exactly what's happening. And I think and they man, these dudes could have been doctors by the time they got finished playing football.
Whew.
Like you could, like what are we doing, man?
I,
Like
I threw this out as a joke, but I don't actually hate it. Unlimited eligibility, but you have to continue to pursue a higher major or a or a degree every single time. Like you have to get an undergrad, then you have to do a master's, and then you have to do a doctorate.
I agree. I agree. I feel like on like just a different sport. I don't know if you saw what Coach Calipari said in
Oh,
basketball.
yeah.
Like you go out there and the guy's like waving to his kids and he's paying his first alimony off on NIL deals. Like this man done had a whole adult life and he's still in college. Like, and it got to get dangerous after a while. Like these guys are grown ass men. If you still have high school, well, 18, 19-year olds out here, what are we
Yes.
doing? You know?
The way I was taught from my dad, and like granted, this is a very academically focused one, but you should always pick a school that you would be comfortable being at if you had a career-ending injury or you never saw the field.
Mm,
If you never saw the field or you had to retire or football was not a part of what you were there for, you should still like where you're at because everyone feels that they're going to make the league. Everyone feels as though like they're going to be that one, and that's great. And if you can get paid while you're in college, even better. But like Cal was also saying, four schools in 4 years, you're not going to graduate. You're not connected with the alumni base. You're not connected with the student career center. All of these things that help set people up for life after their college sporting career, they've just kind of been left in an undeveloped stage.
and that was something that he mentioned that I didn't even think about. Of like, and I love the flex too, though.
Oh, yeah.
When he was like, "Who's getting drafted outside of playing for me?" So like,
Hmm.
let's talk raw numbers. I'm the only person getting y'all to the pros. So what y'all out here doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like y'all just around here playing around with these people's scholarships.
Yes.
But what you said, that's pretty dope. Like it's cool that you had that wisdom because I'm actually gonna pass that on to my son who's in ninth grade and say, "Hey, bro, like you want to go play baseball and that's cool, but like, what if something happens?
Yeah.
Are you gonna want to be over there, or is that somewhere you want to be? You know, so
Right.
that's
If your whole thing is contingent on playing as a freshman and doing XYZ and everything's going to be great, you can't control that. Like, does this school have a degree program that you actually want?
facts.
Like, like, can you study what you say you want to study at this school? Because like a lot of guys will transfer to a school and then they'll be like, "Oh crap, they don't offer business admin as a undergraduate degree. They don't have an undergrad school of business. Oh crap, what am I going to do with all my course credits now?" Like like Vanderbilt does not have an undergrad business school. You can major in an economics major, but they don't have that, or at least when I was looking at schools. So that was a reason why I was like, you know what, I might walk on at Vanderbilt, but with this not having this program, might not want to might want to look somewhere else. Like You should actually see if they have what you say you want to study.
I feel you on that, man. I feel that.
But man, it's such a crazy world in college football right now. Like we've got guys that are just kind of making moves for the sake of making moves, even on the school's part. Like I think I saw today a lot of schools were just kind of adding guys just so they could post they picked someone off in the portal.
At this point, at this
Like,
point, like it's like, okay, who's that? I'm not even gonna lie to you. Okay, who's that? Who's this guy? All right, he came from what school? And that's kind of like what sport, like college football, has become. Because when you watching the game, have you noticed that when a play is made, they don't say such and such out of what city or state they're from anymore? They
they say
say
the school they were at.
from the school they were at before. It was like,
Oh my
oh,
God.
it'd be like transfer from such and such to transfer from such and such. It's like they didn't play high school. Oh yeah, they did 4 years ago.
Right.
Like it's crazy, but that's where like the Jeremiah Smiths, the Malachi Tonys, um, even the Fitzgeralds for us, the DB, like the freshmen
Yeah.
that get on and play and be impact players. Oh my God, like their ceiling is no ceiling for those guys, because you're out here playing against some grown ass men for real now.
Your odds of getting drafted in the first round go infinitely down after your first transfer.
Mm,
Once you transfer a second time, you are a firmly college player. Like like you might get drafted day two, you might get drafted late round one, but if you notice the guys that are going on to have this success, they're not going to three schools.
no,
Like you
the
might have a
quarterback.
like and you might have a guy that transferred once to go from a situation that wasn't working out to a better situation. That's your Joe Burrows, that or to elevate your game. That's your Fernando Mendoza's.
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward. Like Cam Ward played at three schools, but he did it because he was so roundly misevaluated.
Yeah. And it was no lateral moves because you weren't getting along where you were. Like it literally was small school in Texas, Washington State, then Miami. Like he literally stepped up the level of competition every time.
Right. I
Where
I want to know what your thoughts are on this because as a fan of Miami, you guys would probably be paying the most for this. How do you feel about almost like a soccer style transfer fee in the portal?
I heard you talking about this. Um, it should only go to D school, D2 and HBCU schools. It should not
Mm,
go to D1 schools. There's enough money going around D1 schools, but if you're taking talent from the D2 or the HBCU level, you should pay them for that. They groomed that talent, they prepped it, give them something for it.
would you lump in FCS with that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
I'll up in
So
FC.
I'm thinking so like Cam Ward from Incarnate Word to Washington State because I think Washington State should have to compensate Incarnate Word
Yeah,
for Cam Ward.
yep.
So but from Washington State to Miami, you think it's just kind of fair is fair.
Fair is fair. Yeah, it's enough. I feel like it's enough money going around D1. Yeah, it's cool, but I feel like those smaller schools, of course, they need money. That's why they're the smaller schools. You know what I'm saying? So, and like I said, they fostered this, right? They took care of this baby. They nurtured this
Hmm.
person. They gave them the edge and the toughness of being a smaller school that gave them the chip on the shoulder for what you have now.
Yep.
They deserve some of that. I feel like for sure.
I example for Virginia, our running back Jamari Taylor, the direct snap god. He did his undergrad at NC Central.
Yeah,
Came to Virginia for his fifth year. Balled out here. He was a walk-on at NC Central before he got put on scholarship there. As a Virginia fan, we should absolutely give back to NC Central
yeah,
in some way, shape, or form for the production of Jamari Taylor because it was such a game changer for us.
yeah.
And NC Central and HBCU developed Jamari to be ready to play at the Power Five level.
And not for nothing. I like how much money y'all probably got for going to the ACC championship game, right?
We
Like,
probably got some decent coin out of that.
could have gave NC Central 100 grand.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, and it's not, it don't got to be nothing crazy, but 100 grand go a long way for NC Central.
I'm telling you, I lived that FCS life.
So,
We had to play SEC teams to try and make money like that.
like that's what I'm saying. Like that helps everybody.
Like,
It
man, you
really,
mean to tell me we can get some new helmets? We can get maybe an update to our training room? Like, they aren't doing this to put waterfalls in the facility at the FCS level. They're doing it to actually help the student athletes and ease up some pressure on the budget.
exactly. So I think that'd be great for those schools, man. Like, let's get that to Congress.
I'd love something like that because like it would I think make the sport financially healthy, and I think it would encourage I think it would help players in the sense that they can see some of the transfers go down and know that you can go start at a Jackson State or a Mercer or any of these great FCS programs or D2 programs and make that jump to the next level. That's why I love Trinidad Chambliss' story because
Yeah.
man, they ball the hell out at Ferris State and more people know what they do there now. You think if someone's a borderline D1 player that might not play in 3 years and Ferris State calls them and says, "Man, we can get you started, we can get you rolling in here now," I'd go to Ferris State.
Yeah. And the thing is, like Ferris State, bro, millions. Like Ole Miss has made millions in just 2 games.
Right.
Imagine they get 100 grand off of that.
Man, if they had to kick back Ferris, if they had to give some money to Ferris State, that would be awesome. Like that would legitimately be great.
Great, man. And that I've always been told that high tides raise all ships, right? So like
Yep.
smaller schools, FCS schools, HBCUs, like Division twos, whatever, everyone to lump it. Them being better makes everybody else better because now if Ferris State is a better program, they have better facilities and they can give you guys better players because you
Right.
can't recruit everybody.
Yeah.
So that's even more like more people that can get picked from Ferris State or NC Central. You know what I'm saying? So you have that 5th year starter when you're like, oh shit, our running back's not ready. We can go in the portal and you have those guys. You can
You're
go get a Trinidad Chambliss. There's more of those out there if you make those schools better.
you're exactly right. Like you're and you know, and it's not it's making those schools better and it's making the student athlete experience better because there's so many more football players that play FCS, D2 and D3 football than play at the FBS level.
Yeah.
Like the majority of college football players do not play in the Power Four.
And that's just a fact. That's why it's less. I mean, it's less teams. I mean, it's just simple math, right? So I would hope so. I would hope that they figure that part out. And I don't see why not.
Yeah.
So much money flowing, bro. Like you're spilling liquor, guys. Y'all Ric Flair out here. Y'all done spent more money on spilled liquor. you know? So hey, just help out the little guys, man.
So with Miami going into this game against Ole Miss
Yes. Back at the Fiesta.
in the Fiesta Bowl, bring the fatigues back.
Oh, now we gotta wait for the Natty. We gotta wait for the Natty because the Natty in Miami
That's true. It's in Miami.
is in Miami, so you gotta wait. We gotta wait. We can't pull them out until we gotta get to the Natty for the fatigues. And honestly, we need everybody. If we get to the Natty, everybody gotta be there.
Oh, it's got to be a party in Miami, man.
It gotta be Trick Daddy gotta come out with the band. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? We need Uncle Luke and Rick Ross to slide through in the dome.
Come on,
We need all hands on deck. And we
man.
got a lot of fatigues.
Fire me up because like that does like I as someone who watched that 30 for 30 when I was like 8, I was like I thought Miami was the coolest college football program on earth. I was like, "Oh, these guys are different."
Man.
I
And
think I know the answer to this question, but I
what's
just want to hear you say it because this is the world we're in now.
What's up?
Which opponent would you rather not see?
Out of
Oregon and Indiana.
Indiana.
We are living in a world where Indiana is the team we would least like to
I
see
don't
in
want
a
no parts of
national
Indiana.
championship game.
Indiana play like us, but on steroids.
Woo!
And I'm gonna be honest with you, you know what? I'm gonna rephrase that. They play like us with more discipline.
I don't
And
I don't even blame Alabama. I think that was just Indiana being so good.
and I think because it's Indiana, people was not expecting that. Like you have the casual fan, or even the college football fan that just can't wrap their head around Indiana being good.
Or Cam Newton.
Or Cam Newton. Cam Newton is missed. You know, Cam Newton says certain stuff, and I just be like, Cam, you out of touch.
I don't want to watch Indiana.
Well, you might have to because you got a job, and ESPN gonna want you to talk about Indiana.
Kurt
Uh,
Signetti is going to make you watch Indiana football and like it.
yo, Signetti is that coach that he seems like if you're a certain kind of player, you hate him as like you love him and you understand him, but he gets on your fucking nerves. And then when you become an
Yes.
older adult, you appreciate everything that he's done for you.
Oh
Like he
my God.
just
Yeah.
seems like
Oh,
that
that's
person.
100% how this is going to go.
Like he seems like that guy that like kids are calling their moms, or well, they're damn near adults, a lot of these guys now. But anyway, like they're calling their moms like, Coach is going hard on me. This was isn't what I was expecting. And I swear when they hit like 35 and they're like, yo, Coach just wanted what was best for me. He was
Yeah.
amazing. Like he just seems like that guy, man. He really does.
Well, and it's not like he's an outburst guy either.
No, he's not.
Like you don't see him like going like Nick Saban or some of those guys that like lose their cool. Like he's a pissed off, angry grump, but like he's very even keel about it.
He truly is though. Like
Like,
he he's a guy who like cuts you out through his teeth
oh yeah.
from
Well,
Detroit.
he's got that Pennsylvania swag to him where he's just kind of like, you know what? Not happy about this.
But he can recruit, he can win, and he ain't got no problem like subtly flexing that.
Yes,
Like
he's got some low key swagger to him.
yeah, like like I remember like I think last year when they was asking about him and he was like, Google me, I win a lot of games. And I was like, he did win a lot of games at JMU. Like he can't flex on
When
that.
he said that, I was like, oh no, that's billboard material, and then or bulletin board material, and it seems that it just didn't matter.
And I like that he you gotta have that confidence, right?
Oh yeah.
Like, like even if it's not necessarily like I'm gonna talk shit or be like overly braggadocious, but like if I won a lot of games, I'm not lying.
Yeah, and we'd expect that kind of swag and confidence if he was coaching Georgia or if he was coaching Miami or Alabama or Notre Dame. Like, I think people are so caught off guard by it because he has those guys at Indiana believing the national title runs through Bloomington. This is our sport.
Yeah, and I think part of the thing with Indiana this year was people don't realize that last year was probably ahead of schedule. So
Oh
when
yeah.
you looked at Indiana make the playoffs and then get boat race, you're like, oh, see, this is why we don't believe in Indiana. This is why we never cared about Indiana. But they were a year ahead.
That's
Now,
my undercover reason for why I'm glad Virginia did not make the playoff because we're like I don't want to say we're the next Indiana, but there are signs.
yeah, for sure.
Like
For sure.
we're there's a similar trajectory, so I don't want us to like lose our confidence, but like clearly Indiana did not lose any confidence after losing that game.
No, not at all. And this shows like, all right, we made it this far. We got a taste of it. but we don't like the way that ended, right? So
Hmm.
we know how to get back here, and we know we don't like losing the way that we lost. So let's get back here and be the person that's putting belt to ass, and not get
Yes.
belt put to our ass, and
Oof.
that's what's happening. This rematch is going to be interesting though because shouldn't be no surprises, right? Like, okay,
Right.
if Indiana caught Oregon off guard, now you've seen enough tape, right? Can you adjust? Dante Moore, you want basically this is the game for the number one pick, right?
Basically, yeah.
So Dante Moore, you're gonna be the guy. I don't really believe in Oregon. Their best win was Penn State. Like honestly, their biggest we should be in here was them losing to Indiana and that being their only loss, So
Right.
I so I still got Indiana. I do think it'd be Miami, Indy in the Natty. I'm not picking against my boys
No, yeah, you
though.
can't. And for my money, I think Miami's the best matchup for Indiana.
Yeah,
Like that's the best one-to-one comp. And when you look at the trench play, when you look at the ability on the skill side of the ball, and just how both teams execute, like that would be such a well coached, well played 10-7 game.
yeah. I ask you something. How big of a redemption story would it be for Carson Beck to win a Natty?
It would be one of the biggest PR repair jobs in college football history.
I think it. I think the story would be big, and it's because it's flawed. I think Carson Beck got a lot of grief for Georgia that I don't think was all his fault. People
Yeah.
forget that Georgia led the nation in drops last year.
Yeah.
That
And
is a,
like
it's pretty
as this
big.
as this year team showed, it wasn't just a quarterback away from a national title.
So like I think he got a lot of grief, but don't worry. Miami loves you. Abella Danger loves you. We will take you in. We will foster you. We will turn we are a great reclamation project for quarterbacks. Like that's what we do. Like
In life and in football, move to Miami and reinvent yourself.
there you go. There we go.
Because I
And
mean, I gotta say, the Carson Beck I saw at Georgia, I was out.
really,
The
I
body language,
wasn't.
the body language to me looked awful. Like when I watch a quarterback, I not only watch the play, but I watch how he interacts in the huddle. Just because as a center, it is an important thing to like feel that the quarterback values what you do.
Yeah.
And like it just seemed like there was some kind of rift personality wise between Beck and the rest of that team.
Yeah.
Something wasn't jiving. It to me, I was like, is this can't be Kirby's fault. This can't be Georgia's fault. Like, look at what they've done. And I think Beck just needed to change the scenery because you look at Beck now, he still kind of has the weird facial expressions that Eli Manning also has, where he just looks kind of about everything. But you can see the guys genuinely love being around Beck. Like you
Yeah.
can see in the huddle that they are genuinely excited, and he has shown a tremendous amount of selflessness in these playoff games.
I think I feel you on the body language aspect of Beck. But he won so many big games in Georgia. I think that's what made me like confident with him in Miami. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, he's not going to face a tougher crowd than what happened in University of Texas last year.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or going to Bama. But it was bad body language, and I don't know what was happening. I wish I had somebody in the locker room to tell me, like, hey, what happened with y'all, man?
Yeah. Well,
It was a
my opinion of Beck has gone up so much ever since the past two playoff games, just because how well he executed as a quarterback, a game plan that did not rely on him winning the game.
Yeah, but reports have shown like have stated that he's just been very selfless. He's been encouraging more Malachi Tony throws. Like
Yeah,
he just, bro, as a quarterback, your job is wins and losses, right? Like
bingo.
we don't judge no quarterback other stat more than wins and losses. I don't know how they've been bestowed the dubs, you know, but they also get the L's.
Yes.
Feel me? So like that's that is the beauty of people being able to transfer and become older and more mature. Is that
Yeah.
what comes with Carson Beck now? Like he understands what it takes to win and his maturity.
He didn't look at it as my stat sheet looks light against Texas A&M. I need to make this hero ball throw
Uh,
to get up on the draft board. I would look at Carson Beck as a better like he is a better prospect now than he was when he left Georgia, which I think was his goal at Miami.
for sure.
Aside from just winning ball games, I think he also wanted to improve his draft stock, and I think he's done that so well.
Yeah. Like he literally went full stock market crash when it comes to his stock between Georgia and Miami. And then Miami
Yes.
got him back up to like at least a level playing field. Like he'll be a second, third round pick now.
And that's and he's playing in this playoff how you would want a rookie quarterback to play in the NFL,
Mm-hmm.
to execute the game plan, not lose the game, and make the plays to win it. And, I love a Cam Ward crazy scramble in Tennessee as much as anyone, but that's for a lack of help and a lack of talent.
Exactly.
If
Exactly.
Carson Beck falls in the second round and goes to a situation to a good team with good weapons and he had to play, all he has to do is exactly what he's done in these playoff games. Like, and they'll win plenty of football games. And
And
Carson
look,
Beck,
he might have a chance to beat the potential number one draft pick in the coming draft in April.
who knows? Because it could go anywhere. Someone could see this film and be like, that's our guy.
It happens.
Way more than you think. Some owner gets infatuated and is like, that's our dude.
I just saw a clip today. John Elway wanted Josh Allen at the number five pick. All right. And nobody would have thought of that at the time.
Yeah,
So it happens. Mitch
it does.
Trubisky went number two, and he couldn't beat out the starters in UNC. So,
I think that was someone getting infatuated.
but that's the point though. It's like you certain stuff will happen. Next thing you know, somebody climbed the draft board.
I've been there. Had to got Eric Ebron
Oh,
while we were
yeah.
in Detroit, and there was some defensive tackle from Pittsburgh named
Oh
Aaron
my God.
Donald.
Oh my God.
We drafted Ebron a pick before Aaron Donald.
Oh my God. Is it Ndamukong Suh still there?
Nope, we had, I think that was the year that Sue left too.
Oh, that would have been just such a seamless transition.
That would have been so we would have had Aaron Donald and Ziggy Ansah on the
Mm,
same D line.
mm,
Real ones will remember how good Ziggy Ansah was
mm.
because that's when we still had Stephen Tulloch and Big Play Slay, all them boys.
Jesus, man. Yeah, it happens. It If you want to talk basketball, Minnesota drafted 2 point guards before Steph Curry went off the board. So
Shout out Johnny Flynn.
shout out to John, who I love at Syracuse, by the way. But
I can't hate the Ricky Rubio pick because that kind of like I could get that. The Johnny Flynn one though, I was out on.
that's but
But man, Carolina Panthers, Miami Hurricanes, hell of a year. Virginia and the New York Giants had two very different years.
they did.
I'll take the Panthers and Hurricanes years over overall. But
Yeah.
man, what an incredible season for the Miami Hurricanes has vindicated the ACC.
Yes.
You know,
Validation, like the last two times I made a post after the playoff win, I've said it both times. This has been nothing but validation. Just in
man,
case y'all thought, because the Hurricanes could have flamed out in Texas A&M, right? It could have been 31-10, and everybody could have said, this is why you guys shouldn't have been in the playoffs.
yep,
But it didn't happen. We won. And then we beat the Ohio State.
the invincible apparently.
And the only person who balled out was from Florida and should have came to Miami. Hey, transfer portal is open, bro. Come holler at your boy. We got the
Did
14
you see
million.
him after the game?
He was dapping up everybody from Miami. All I'm saying is we got 14 mil. If we win, we gonna get some more money. We got some money for you. Come holler at your boy, man. Ain't no state taxes in Florida, as we all know. So come get this money, baby.
Man, well, hopefully next year we have a similar year where we don't have to play each other and both teams get exactly what they want out of the year. That's my hope because the ACC and college football is better when the Hurricanes are good, and people don't know it yet, but college football is really good when Virginia's really good.
4-3-4, baby. Scared.
But man, Tony, thank you so much for your time. I know it's Sunday night. We all got work tomorrow, so I'll
It's all good. I'm about to watch Ravens and Steelers.
Hey, there we go, man. Hey, last of week 18, man. This
Ooh,
this is the game. This is actually a really good one though.
this is they're playing. We don't know if it's gonna be good yet, but we know they're playing for something, right? Because we done seen games that's supposed to be good, and we're like, wait, it's 27-7. What happened?
But man, thank you so much for your time. To our viewers, thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel here. Tony, where can the people find you?
Talking Game one on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Tony Talking Game because I couldn't get Talking Game one on YouTube. And yeah, man, y'all can find me there. I'm posting every day. 2026, we turning this thing up, baby.
Man, I'm telling you, viewers, if you are tired of the first takeification of ESPN and not feeling like you're getting any good sports news, replace that in your diet on your commute with the Talking Game podcast. These guys do an awesome job on the crew over there. They have made my sports news experience so much better. Just love watching everything they do. So please go check their stuff out. I will have their links in the description.
For sure. Hold on, real quick. I want to shout out John Beeson, Dan Morgan, Greg Olson, Hurricanes, and Panthers. Keep pounding, baby.
If I had $150,000.
Hey, shout out to Carolina Mike.
The funniest thing is the fact that my man has Black Forces and Jake Delhomme posters up on his
Yes.
wall. Like that's a combination you really don't see.
Yeah. Just know he gonna whoop your ass and then he gonna ask you to get up. Like he's gonna help you up. Just so you know. He gonna whoop your ass and help you up. That's my kind of guy right there.
Stomp him and help him.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, keep pounding CANES Canes and
Let's go.
go Who's.
Yep.